I just wanted to kind of soberly, or as sober as it gets around here, elaborate on my shroom trip last night and the video that I made about the potential health and therapeutic benefits of magic mushrooms. So, I'm gonna be honest. I woke up this morning feeling like I do pretty much off of any other drug. You know, tired, not happy, understimulated, not motivated at all, not feeling any of that motivation I felt at, say, 6 a.m. this morning. And it took a little while this morning to get stimulated and be in a place where I was ready to try to motivate myself for the day. But I will say that it took almost no time at all. I mean, as soon as that drive kicked in and that hyper-focused motivation, it was there like it was last night. I mean, instead of those potentially creative, fleeting thoughts that you just kind of ignore or don't even know how to focus on. This morning I was feeling artsy. I felt the creative, energetic, hyper-focused drive of crafting something special. And honestly, I'm probably still technically under the influence to some degree as far as chemically speaking. But seeing as how today I am much more my sober self or regular day-to-day self than I was last night, and to still be able to hold on to some of that chemically enhanced, spiritually driven, magical motivation. You know, like I was saying in the last video, probably too inebriated to explain it thoroughly. Magic mushroom experience, psilocybin, which translates into psilocin when ingested, isn't just a happy chemical. It does bind, apparently, to our serotonin receptor, thus enhancing the euphoric experience. But the chemical adjustment doesn't end there. You know, it's not like we're so blissful that nothing matters and you're just seeing the bright side and positive effect of life. It truly interconnects parts of the brain that don't normally communicate with each other, and allows them to function together in a way that the sober mind typically cannot. Another significant side effect of psilocybin on the human brain is the dampening of activity in the prefrontal cortex, which is an area responsible for our ego or sense of self. The ability to think of ourselves as an individual person or relating to our own feelings and ideas in correlation with the reality that we've created. Just imagine becoming so empathetic with your fellow man that you stop feeling like you're even you, that you start becoming them. How could that not help human growth and connectivity? We can't help but be conditioned with certain biases, ignorances, subjective emotional opinions, whether it's through parenting or life experiences, that I'm sure hinder our day-to-day interactions with each other or just our own personal growth. If you could stop being you for a limited amount of time and truly experience, not just imagine through your mind what it's like to be somebody else, but to truly throw your mind to the wayside and take on somebody else's thinking. There's no way, in my perspective, that anything but a positive outcome could come from that kind of experience. I mean, I feel like it's worth figuring out your capacity for the psychedelic experience, because if you do have the ability to go through it without any kind of mental break, then it could be the medicine that prevents you from having one. My understanding, there's zero health risks as far as the known amount of psilocybin to make your heart stop or put your brain into a state of coma, or any kind of aneurysms, holes in the brain. The risks for the chemical reaction of psilocybin on the human body are right there at the bottom of the chart as far as substances go. The mind itself is obviously not so much a physical aspect of the human body, and so I suppose anybody's could be broken through the psychedelic experience. So Do your research, question yourself, be honest with yourself, and as long as you don't go into it like a party drug, it can be truly life-changing, maybe even worth the potential risk. For something that's so spiritually intoxicating, if there's any substance, any physical anything on earth that isn't a physical activity or some sort of kickstart to the brain's happiness, I think that the psychedelic experience, potentially psilocybin mushrooms specifically, could be one of the biggest answers to some of the most mysterious questions. I'm just going to be a mushroom advocate from now on. I mean, until it is what marijuana has become. I mean, we've already made the first couple of steps. Colorado and Oakland have decriminalized magic mushrooms. They'll probably never be sold in a store like a dispensary, but in a therapeutic setting, or potentially even prescribed by a doctor of some sort. I feel like if we're talking about a potential miracle substance that gives spiritual connectivity and genuinely rewires the brain without any health risks, only potential psychiatric and health benefits, that might be the way to go. So, I really got to work on how to close these out better. Maybe come up with some sort of catchphrase, you know? I go, or God damn, I kind of have a headache. These fucking lights give me a headache, you know? I gotta get a better setup. Mushrooms, baby.